Good afternoon. This is Lateesha with Lateesha.com, and I'm here with the podcast continuing on my series on the North Node through the houses of the Natal Chart. So today we're going to pick up with what it is like if you have your North Node in the fourth house of your natal chart. Meaning, what is it that this soul has come to do? So, when you have the North Node in the fourth house, it is your calling to focus on family. That is the overarching statement. As the North Node is showing the direction that you should focus the majority of your energy in this lifetime. The fourth house represents the mother energy that was around you growing up and even into adulthood. It represents your family of origin. It can represent the people in the home where you live. It can also represent land and property. So if you have the North Node in the fourth house, then the South Node, the point of release, is going to be located in the 10th house. So the fourth and the 10th house axis has to do with the father and mother energy. The father energy is represented by the 10th house cusp, and the mother energy is represented by the fourth house. So when the South Node is in the 10th house, it shows that you had a past life that was completely focused on things outside of the home. It was focused on building a name and making a great reputation for yourself. It shows that you spent a life focused on business, on being out in the world, being seen publicly. Building businesses, focusing on corporate things, and of course, it will depend on what sign the South Node is in to determine what it was exactly you were doing in a previous life. But for sure, it was out in the public, and the focus was not on the home. But this time, during this incarnation, your soul's focus is on the home. It is on building the home, building relationships with your mother, connecting with the ancestors, focusing on your DNA, who you are, where did you come from, focusing on your lineage, the maternal portion. It is that energy of the elephant, if you will. The matriarchal elephant understands where to lead the family. She remembers every place that she has stopped because it is her responsibility to make sure that the family is able to return to a place of sustenance, to be able to have the food it needs, the water it needs to quench its thirst, to stay alive. And so in this lifetime, that is your calling, to make sure that the family is on track. So wherever you are traveling as it relates to the North Node, it is not easy. It is a challenge to move your life in that direction. So you will always be called back to shining in the world, to making a great name for yourself. You will be called back to that because in a past life, you had perfected that. You had established that, and that is something that you know how to do. This time around, it is a call on your life to be able to perfect the mothering and nurturing energy, to be able to be connected to your homeland, if you will. You know, you may have a desire to be everywhere else, but the calling is for you to be a part of your culture, to be a part of your homeland, to know what is going on within your community, with your people, and have the wisdom and the tenderness to be able to help family heal. Okay? So let's just take a look at some of the signs. So we have, that's the energy of the fourth house, which is this nurturing mother energy, private energy. And let's just see if we have the sign of Sagittarius in the fourth house. Very interesting, because Sagittarius is all about traveling. It's all about connecting with other cultures and learning about other cultures. It is definitely a sign associated with being away from the home, traveling and going about. It is a constant traveler. So how do we reconcile these energies? Because the fourth house energy is not that Sagittarian energy. Well, if you have the North Node in the sign of Sagittarius in the fourth house, then your travels would be to travel to connect to your roots, to your ancestors, to your heritage. So if your people are from Ireland, then it would be your call to perhaps travel and gather information on the practices of your ancestors. What was it that they ate? How did they study? What gods or goddesses did they call on, and why? So that would be a way that you could honor that North Node in Sagittarius in the fourth house. It could also be bringing back the information that you have gathered, foods that you have gathered from afar, and sharing it with your immediate family, your family of origin. Sharing knowledge, because Sagittarius is about sharing knowledge. It's the preacher. It makes declarations aloud for everyone to hear. So it could be gathering that information about the lineage and sharing it, teaching family members about it, even holding a class about it with others who come from that same culture, who are descendants of that same culture that you are, and sharing that information to strengthen them, to nurture them on a soul level. This could definitely be a part of what it is that you should be doing with the Sagittarius, North Node in Sagittarius in the fourth house. In addition to that, you could be, for sure, a preacher or a teacher of whatever it is that you or your culture or your family has gravitated towards, a particular belief. And then you stay within your family or your culture, the neighborhood in which you grew up, and you share that knowledge. You continue that knowledge on with your family, make it that declaration. But also adding in some new information, modern, fresh information, because Sagittarius is always going to be gathering information. It is a fire sign, so there's so much passion that is associated with it that needs to be shared. So let's say if you have the North Node in the fourth house in the sign of Pisces. So Pisces is another mutable sign, as Sagittarius is changeable. So home, even with Sagittarius or Pisces, your home could be a travel bus. Okay. Pisces, your home could be, North Node in Pisces, your home could be a houseboat, because the Pisces energy loves to be on the water. For Sagittarius, your home could be, like I said, you renovate an old school bus and you live in that and you travel in that way with your family and gather information. But in the sign of Pisces, again, the water, being near the water, living in a place that is near the water. But your call is to tap into the spirit realm, tap into the ethers. That's the Pisces energy. Tapping into the ethers and gathering information to share with your family members around you. It may be that in your home, in the home of origin, or in the place in which you live, or the land on which you live, you hear from land spirits. Your crown chakra is open to receiving information from the spirits, depending on where you are located, where you live. And if you don't live in a place that you feel connected to, it's very important for you with the North Node in the fourth house to feel connected with the land, especially with this energy of Pisces, which is so spiritual. So you will be connected to, again, the spirits of that land, connected to those who have lived on that land before you, and able to take that information that you receive and heal the collective. With the North Node in Pisces in the fourth house, you could be a fantastic artist, work from home, and have an understanding of music, get downloads of music and beautiful art, and maybe even a photographer, a dancer. But you are strengthened by the land to work with the art and the spirits that are connected to that land. Okay. And so this is really all that I wanted to share today with you. If you have any questions for me, you can always email me at contact@lateesha.com. You can find me at lateesha.com. You can find me on Instagram at LateeshaHinton1MS. And you can find me on Facebook with Lateesha Astrological Counselor. And I look forward to talking to you very soon. And thank you for listening to this podcast. Have a great day.